Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you're enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class. That is English for Grade 2. We are learning Unit 2. Its title is Virtues Pay Off. Today's lecture 1, my dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear children. So under the title of grammar, we are going to learn about plural naming words. We'll cover page number 16 of your book. Before this, in Unit 2 of Grade 1, I have already taught you about singular and plural, page number 17 and 18 of your book. I hope you remember. If not, you may watch these video lectures again and we learn further to cover the SLO. Recognize and change the number of simple naming words by adding or removing S and ES. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Fatiha, verse 5. You alone we worship, and from you alone we seek help. Yes, my dear children, in our every prayer we recite Surah Fatiha. And what do we say? We say you alone, whom we are talking to, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah, you are the only one we seek help and we worship. Now, my dear children, Allah is one and we are many. And Allah is sufficient for all of us, subhanallah. So, one and many. What comes in your mind? All right, yes. It's the concept of singular and plural. And what is naming word? Everything around us has a name. Either we can see, touch, hold, feel. Everything has a name. And that is called naming word. I have told you, I have already teach you that naming word may refer to a person, place, or thing. Remember? Do you remember that? That naming word may refer to person, place, or thing. And now, when this naming word refers to one person, one place, and one thing, it is called singular naming word. Good, you are smart. So, singular naming word means one person or one place or one thing. And when this naming word refers to more than one persons, more than one places, and more than one things. Now, it is not one. This is picture of more than one. Again here, more than one places, more than one things. So, when this naming word refers to more than one person, more than one places, more than one things, it is called plural naming word, right? So, plural means more than one, okay? For example, here you can see one boy. Boy is naming word for a person and it is referring to one person, that's why it is singular. But when we have more than one, it is plural. By looking at the image, we can find it's one boy and it's a picture of more than one. But how do we write it? We just first copy the singular naming word, okay, and then we add S at the end of the singular naming word. It becomes plural. Boy, one. Boys, more than one. Singular, plural. You got it? This is what we have already learned. Now, there is another way to make plural. And what is that? We'll look at the end of the naming word. And to make, we just learned the rule, we add S. But in few cases, instead of S, we add ES to make plural. And what those cases are? Look at the last letter of naming word. If a naming word ends, Like you write a naming word and the last letter of naming word is S or O or Z or SH or CH or X or double S. For example, the naming word is bus. Now the last letter is S. Naming word is potato. Last letter is O. Naming word is topaz. Last letter is Z. Brush, watch, box, class. Now in all these cases, when we'll convert from singular to plural, what we'll do? We'll add ES. The teachers kindly pause the video over here, make the students to say this list so that they can recall, they can find which are the naming words. To make plural, we need to add ES. Pause the video and do a drill. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. So we are going to practice this concept. The first naming word over here is bus. And you know, it's singular. It refers to one bus. And if we have more than one, what we are going to do? I just told you. Yes, bus, and because it's more than one, we'll add ES at the end of this naming word. It becomes buses. It means it's plural, more than one, right? The next example is potato. Potato is one, singular, and more than one potato, which we need to make fries. So how do we make plural of potato? We write potato and we add ES. It becomes potatoes, plural. The next example is topaz. Topaz is a very beautiful stone. It's a gem, you can see. Topaz, singular. And if it is more than one, you know the rule, what we have to do? We'll write topaz and we'll add ES. It becomes plural. One, topaz, singular. More than one, topazes, plural. Brush, brushes, right? Singular, plural. Watch, singular. Watches, plural. Box, singular. Boxes, plural. So, in this way, we practice all the naming words which need ES to be converted into plural. It's practice time. Are you ready for that? Okay, so all of you open your book on page number 60. What we are going to do? Make plurals of these singular naming words by adding S or ES. So you will look at the last letters. If that letter is S, O, Z, SH, CH, X or double S, you will add ES, and for rest of all the naming words, what you will do? You will add S to make the plurals, okay? So there are just two rules we are going to practice. All of you complete this exercise on your book and be careful. Either you will add S or ES to make singular to plural. Pause the video, complete exercise. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. So now it's a question I want to ask from all of you. Before answering, you'll have to think. Now I have a plural naming word, buses, and I want to write singular. What I have to do? Yes, you're smart. The way we converted from singular to plural, we added ES. Now we'll remove this ES and it will become singular. Good. So from plural to singular, we just whatever we added, we'll remove it, it becomes singular. Good job. It's your activity time. What you will do? Your teacher will show you few classroom objects. You have to name each object and make it plural. Okay, so teacher make sure every child should participate. You will show one object that can be marker, board, whatever. So the children will keep on changing from singular to plural. Pause the video, enjoy the activity. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. So it's time for your homework. You will write plurals of these singular naming words by adding s or es in your notebook. And here is a worksheet. My dear fellow teachers, this worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide printed worksheet to students for practice. Students, what you will do, you will read this naming word or you will add s or es to make it a plural. So what we have learned today, we learned the concept of number simple naming words. We learned how to identify the number of simple naming words. We learned by adding s or es, singular naming word is converted into plural. So in this way, we achieved our SLO to recognize and change the number of simple naming words by adding or removing s or es. Are we done with it? Yes, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning. Take very good care of yourself. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.